everyone, happy Wednesday. Let me open this door really quick to put a little bit more light in here, or else I have like serious dark eyes. And I'm gonna grab my charger. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I know that's the worst. Hey Rachel, thanks for jumping on. I'm sorry, this is like the worst and not the most professional thing in the world, but hey. So, I'm gonna exit out for 20 seconds, come back in so I can see comments. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Rachel, thanks for jumping on. You guys, this is gonna be a quickie. First of all, I wanted to say I apologize. I've been a little MIA. There's this little boy in my life named Donovan Vanny II who has been nonstop needy lately, which I kind of love because he's adorable, but it's really been like throwing off my groove with work. So like the only thing I've been able to get in is like the non-essentials, like adding to my network, keeping up with my group, but I have like so many trainings I've been wanting to do. Oh my gosh, Rachel, thank you so much. I'm obsessed with him, as you can see. My sister's like, you're not allowed to say your own kid is cute. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just think he's the cutest, and I know I'm totally biased. Okay, so I'm gonna quick get in here. I will go through and answer any questions as they come and later. I'm trying not to spend too much time here, but I really wanted to do this training. So I wanted to talk about selling, you guys. So first of all, I don't want you to think of selling as a dirty word. Like a lot of you, and even I, when I first started network marketing, my first thing was I'm not a salesperson. I'm not salesy. I always hear people telling me, oh, I want to do it, but I'm just like, I'm not a salesperson. And that's so true. And that's so like normal. And so, I hear it so often, but first of all, I know a lot of you are already reading it. Get Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone and Go Give or Sell More. It's like two of the best books on selling that will cure you, and think of that in a completely different way. Like those books changed my life with selling, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple tips on selling, how I sell, what I do, what I say, what I don't say, and how I make it fun, okay? So, first of all, I want you to restructure your mind on selling. So, number one, you need to demonstrate kindness and consider the person you're selling to. So, if you are so focused on making a sale, hitting your goal, like you have to get this sale and this person's gonna be, you just need this last sale, or you just need this one distributor, like you're not gonna last a super long time. I'm not saying that doesn't work for a while, but if you're doing that, like I get messages, I can't even believe people send these messages. I will get messages from people in direct sales that say, hey girl, I'm really close to hitting my goal, so if you could just place an order this month, it would really help me. I really appreciate it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I remember someone sending me a message like that when I didn't know if we were gonna be able to pay our mortgage that month, and she wanted me to help her reach her goal, and I didn't even know her, okay? So when you're trying to make a sale, you really need to consider being kind and really considering their situation, okay? I could like go on that forever, but I'm just gonna leave that there. So consider the other person and make it about them. Do you like this color? Do you want a color to wear on a date night? Do you have sensitive skin? Like if your thoughts in your mind are like me, oh, I'm gonna hit my goal, this person is gonna help me, this is gonna help me sell, this is gonna help me get my inventory, this is gonna help me rank, this is gonna help me get that distributor I need, there's a problem. Your thoughts should be, how is this gonna help them? I'm so excited I signed this distributor because it's gonna help their family. Hold on 1 second. Sharni, I don't want you playing with this, okay, honey? Okay, so demonstrate kindness, think about them, okay? Number 2, go above and beyond, okay? The only way and the only reason direct sales exists is because if you're doing it right, you're offering expert customer service. And I'll prove it to you. After I had kids, I went to Sephora with 2 kids, one on my back and one in my stroller. No one would help me. My toddler got upset. I let her out of the stroller. She started pulling stuff off the shelves. All the girls who worked there, I mean, not like terribly, but she was touching things. And it was annoying, like, I'm not gonna lie. The girl working there was giving me dirty looks, acting like I was like this terrible person. No one asked me to help me. And I'm like, I walked out and I was like, I'm gonna go find makeup to buy online because I don't need to be spending $45 on a foundation to buy from someone who's being a jerk to me because I have kids and I'm not this supermodel makeup girl, right? So people are not going to come to you if you're like, oh yeah, go check my albums. Yeah, go check my albums. Let me know if I can help you. I reached out to someone the other day and I said, hey, I've been really interested in Origami Owl. She does Origami Owl. I said, hey, I've been really interested in Origami Owl. Can you tell me a little bit about it? She sent me a link and said, let me know if you have any questions. She said, sure, here's my link. Let me know if you have any questions. I can't even begin to tell you, what's wrong with that situation, okay? So when someone says to me, hey, I've been interested in Lipsense, can you tell me a little bit about it? Instead of saying, yeah, here's my albums, shop my albums. Oh, check out my albums. Or, oh, I'm going to have a party this week. You can check back then. That is a huge red, no, no, do not do that. First of all, never wait for a sale. If they're like me, when I have money that I want to spend it now. When I go to the LuLaRoe shop, if I'm like, hey, can I buy these? And they're like, oh, let me get back to you on my party on Thursday, I never come back. I've never once come back. I want them to say, hey, yeah, let me get them out to you. I have them right here in hand. I'll ship them out tomorrow as long as you pay your invoice. I'm like, bam, paid, done. I want them on my doorstep. Okay? So if you're hemming and hawing, I've had people message me and say, yeah, they said they were going to order, so I was going to wait till I put my pre-order to get back to them. I'm like, girl, if that was me, I would already be at a different Lipsense shop buying a thing of lipstick. Especially if you're not getting back to them. Now, if someone got back to me and said, hey, I'm going to put my pre-order in on the 1st, and it's the 28th, I'm going to put my pre-order on the 1st. Do you mind waiting for a little bit? I'll send you the invoice now. I'd say, no problem. They'd send me the invoice. I would pay, and I would wait for it, okay? But if you're, not taking it seriously, they're not going to take you seriously. So go above and beyond. Anytime somebody asks me for a color, I don't care what it is, I'm like, yes, I have it. No problem. If it's not in stock, I try to trade it. If I can't trade it, last week I ordered, it was painful. I'm not going to lie, it was painful. But I ordered one single gloss. I could not get a pink glitter gloss. It wasn't last week, it was a couple weeks ago. I could not get a pink glitter gloss. This girl really wanted one. I told her I would get it for her. She already paid for it. So I had to order it from the page. By the time I paid for shipping and taxing and all of that, it was shipping and tax for all of that, I think it was $20, which is what the cost of it is full. You know what I mean? I only paid $10 for the product, and there was shipping and tax. And I'm like, whatever. I didn't make any money on it. I didn't lose any money. But I'm like, she's my customer, and I will go above and beyond. If they're like, oh, I want a nude, I'm like, awesome. What kind of nudes do you like? Do you like more peach? Do you like more pink? Okay, I like more pinky nudes. I'm like, great. Let me go grab you some graphics. I go, even though those graphics are usually on my wall, maybe 2 graphics down in my wall, and in my albums, I still make them feel special. I go get them their graphics and send them to them. When people come into my Lipsense shop, nobody comes in without a welcome. I picture it when no, don't play with that, please. That's Daddy's. Go sit down, please. Go sit down when I'm done here. Go sit down. You like a big hug first? Okay. I love you very much. And a kiss. Go sit down. When somebody, hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. These kids. They're gonna suck. Oh great, now the other one wants a hug. I love hugs, but they're killing me on my focus, my vision. Okay, this is the last big hug. Yeah, I love you so much. Nope, we're not doing hearts right now. This is a very important call.
I see hearts.
Okay, yeah, I see hearts too. Go sit down. I gotta stay focused. No more hearts. Okay. If someone comes in my Lipsense shop, don't just let them in. Anyone who comes in my shop gets a message. I message them, hey girl, welcome to my Lipsense boutique. Are you familiar with Lipsense? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But then you're making that connection. No, I've been in shops before that no one has said a word to me. Nobody welcomed me. Somebody randomly added me. I've never bought from someone like that. So what I say is, hey, welcome to my Lipsense shop. Are you familiar with Lipsense? And it's usually, no, yeah, my sister added me. She said it's awesome. Or, yes, I've seen a few posts and I'm interested, but I really don't know where to start. Don't word vomit. I've done that in the past. So this is not the time to be like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing and you can join our team and make $1 million and it's going to be so much fun. I've tried that. It does not work. So say, okay, awesome. I'm so excited. What colors do you like to wear? and they'll say, I really like reds and I like neutrals. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have some great ones in stock. Let me grab you some graphics. I'm going to tag you in a few as well. I personally send them the graphics, and I also tag them in my albums so they can see them, and also it brings those graphics back up to the front so other people can see them, right? It kind of bumps them up. And then they'll say, oh, this one, Fly Girl, just looks so pretty. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would look so pretty with a black dress on like, for a special occasion. Do you have any special occasion coming up? Yes, I have a Christmas party coming up. Okay, this would be great. Then you have to close the sale, okay? This is where it gets kind of awkward, and a lot of people don't like to do it. They like to just leave it. Then nobody says anything. Has that ever happened to you? Like, oh, I love Fly Girl. Yeah, Fly Girl will look great on you. That's it. So all I say is, you don't have to be pushy. You don't. All I say is, yeah, Fly Girl will look great on you. Would you like me to hold it for you? These go really fast. And they'll either say, yes, I'd like to order it, or let me talk to my husband, or let me get back to you. No problem. No problem if they say that. But if you're not asking for the sale, you're going to lose sales. I promise. Any book will tell you that. So you need to ask for the sale. Just say, hey, would you want me to hold it for you? That means, do you want to buy it in a nice way? Just to clear that up. Oh, another thing for the newbies, don't feel like you have to wait till your launch to sell, or you have to wait for your party to sell. I'm open anytime. Like, I don't feel like, yes, I am wearing stripes and camo. I know. It's just been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. This kid is like so needy. I am open all day long, 24 hours, 24/7. Like, yes, I have scheduled hours that I'm working like on my shop, but if I'm awake and I'm not, like, I don't stop everything, but if I'm like awake and someone wants to buy something, I never ever would say, come back during a sale. I always sell it to them, and you will lose sales if you do that, okay? Above and beyond for both your customers and your non-customers. And by that, I mean, like, yeah, you want to support all the people that are buying from you, but I also have, so you guys, my inbox floods with messages from other distributors, from our whole team. Distributors, I have distributors in my message box that are nowhere even near our team, like on the other side of the planet, and they're like, oh, like, I saw you're doing really well with Lipsense. What's your secret? Can you share anything? And I always make time for them, because these are people. These are relationships. Like, if you're just in this to try to sell a tube of lipstick, you will never last. So go above and beyond for customers and non-customers. Sorry, I'm like going way too long there. Number 3, educate your clients and your customers. Make sure your customers know about the exfoliation process. Make sure you're reposting application videos. Make sure they know that there's a whole skincare line. Make sure that they can mix stuff. Make sure there's 100% money back guarantee. Make sure, they know about your sales. Make sure that they know that you care about whether they like it or not. Follow up with them. I have a whole nother thing on follow up, but we'll talk about that in a second. Provide real value, okay? So providing real value means, like, instead of just posting graphics about Lipsense all the time, post something inspirational about your family. Post something about totally like, your shop should be like a bonding place about you. It shouldn't just be about Lipsense. Like, nobody just wants some Lipsense distributor that walks around with tubes of lipstick in their purse all the time, which I absolutely do that. But they want to see you and your kids. They want to share recipes with them. Share shopping sites of, like, obviously not like a cosmetic shopping site, but share, awesome, Rebecca, thanks for jumping on. I'm glad this is helpful. Share, like, if you have a favorite place that you like to buy, like, wall decor or whatever you're into, share that. Add value to them. If you have a favorite hair product, share it. Share. Get feedback, okay? So if, like, get feedback on your page. Like, do you guys want to see album sales, or do you want to see live sales? If you have a distributor that doesn't sign with you, ask them, why didn't you sign with me? It's no pressure at all. Awesome, Rachel. Yes, I love that. 3-to-1 ratio, 3 parts inspiration, family, 1 part Lipsense graphics. I love that. That's a great rule to follow. And I love your page, because you're always popping up in my feed with inspirational stuff, and it catches my eye. It really does. Oh yeah, so ask people, if they didn't sign with you, don't get all butthurt about it. Like, a lot of people don't sign with me, and they're like, oh, well, my best friend doesn't, I don't want to hurt her feelings. I'm like, that's awesome, I understand that. Like, there's a million people, there's so many people in the world, you guys. You don't need to be worried about distributors. Like, yes, you want to get them, and yes, it can be a little tricky to find them, but we're not going to run out of people. Like, there are seriously so many, there are people in the world who haven't even heard of, like, Jesus. And he's been around for how long? Like, there are people who haven't heard of Lipsense that can be on your team. So don't be like, oh my gosh, she didn't sign with me, now I'm never talking to her. Just message her, say, hey, do you mind if I ask why you didn't sign with me? And she'll say, cause blah, blah, blah. And be like, is there anything I could do in my, sell you the love of the product, not just the product. That's my strategy. Totally, Danny. I love that. Yeah, just ask them. Be like, why did you sign with me? I'm not trying to be, no pressure. I hope well with you, but like, do you mind if I ask why you didn't sign with me? What could I have done next time to have made my offer more attractive? Okay. And usually they'll be really nice. They'll say like, oh, it was my best friend. It was just awkward. A couple of the girls I didn't sign with, to be honest, I interviewed several distributors, and one of them I really liked and I loved her team. Her upline, her Crown Princess was awesome. I still follow her on Instagram, but she said to me, yeah, I'm just not really into this. I'm just doing it as a hobby. Like, I'm not really super trying to like make money or like build a business. And I was like, girl, that's all I want to do. I don't want to do this for a hobby. Like, I know people do want to do that for a hobby, and that would be attractive to some people, but that turned me off. I'm like, I don't want a leader who isn't even trying to build a business and is just doing this for fun. I want a leader who's serious about changing lives, changing her life, changing my life, changing like the people around me's lives. So ask, get feedback. Give them an out, okay? I just read this in Go Give or Sell More, and I love this, and I don't think I've ever seen this in a business book, but I always do this. Don't pressure them into buying. That is something that will make you hate sales and make people hate that you are a salesperson, okay? Don't be like, oh, you want Fly Girl? Okay, here, I'll hold it for you. I'm going to send you the invoice right now. And then like, oh, did you get that invoice? Why didn't you pay it? Oh, blah, 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 blah. You're going to hate your life. You're never going to last. You're going to hate this job. It's going to be a job, and it's not going to be fun. I always tell people, hey, would you like for me to hold that color for you? I know you really wanted it. No pressure whatsoever. Or if they're like, yeah, I'll get back to you in a week. And this kind of goes into follow-up too. In a week, I'll say, hey girl, I was thinking about you. I only have one of these colors left. I would love to hold it for you. Absolutely no pressure at all. That, first of all, that makes them really respect you. Number one. Number two, it takes the pressure and the awkwardness out of the situation. Hey, I got this color for you. If you want it, it's yours. If you don't, no problem at all. And three, it doesn't put them in an awkward situation. Like, think of it if it were you. And this goes back to number one, demonstrating kindness and thinking of them. Would you want a really good friend to want you to buy something of theirs that you wanted to buy but you just couldn't afford? Have you ever been in that situation? I've been there, you guys. I've been there where we were working paycheck to paycheck. The bills were higher than the income, and I wanted to do that stuff, and I couldn't. I don't want to make someone feel bad or feel pressured, so give them an out. Sorry, I'm like getting sick. The fortune is in the follow-up. You have to be following up with people, okay? So right, Rachel, people do it all the time, and it's very awkward. So the fortune is in the follow-up. 9 times out of 10, you will have to follow up with people. The good thing about Lipsense is, like, compared to, like, the last direct sales I was in, the follow-up is, like, way easier. Because a lot of people will come back to you anyway because they really want that color. But I put reminders, like, this person wants this color, follow up with her in 2 days. I'll tell Siri to remind me. And especially with distributors, I follow up with them every week. Every week, if they've expressed interest or if they've said they're going to sign but they haven't, check in once a week, even if they haven't answered my message. And I have no shame in that. And I'm not rude or pushy, but like, to me, if you say you're going to sign and you want to do it, there's a part of you that wants to do it, and I want to be there for you. And like, you can tell me no. So I'll just say, hey, I have like 4 girls that I've been checking in with every week or every other week since I started. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good week. I just wanted to check back and see if you were still interested in signing. No pressure whatsoever. My team's offering this bonus this month. I'd love to get you on board. They don't answer, or when they come back and say, hey, I'm just not interested right now, I'll get back to you, then I'll let off. But if they have said they're going to sign and they aren't, I still let them know, because when the day comes that they're ready to sign, I want them to have 4 missed messages from me inviting them. I don't want them to forget that I invited them and go and sign with somebody else. I got a question here from Rebecca. It says, what if they say they want the product and don't pay the invoice, and I ask them if they still want it and they don't reply to any of my messages when I ask? That's a good question. It is super annoying. I check back like 2 or 3 times First, I'll say, hey, did you get that? Hey, just wondering if you got that invoice. I'm headed to the post office this morning and I wanted to get your package out, and I want to make sure you got it. If they don't answer, then I go back and say, hey, I just want to let you know I got your package sitting on my table. I was going to run to the post office today, and I just want to make sure you got my invoice. Did you need me to resend it? Usually they'll answer by then. If they still don't, I would check back one more time and say, hey, this is the last of one I have of this color, or this color's running low. I know you wanted it, and I had set it aside for you. Did you want to go ahead and purchase it, or did you change your mind? Actually, I usually don't say, or did you change your mind? I'll say, did you want to go ahead and purchase it, and did you need me to resend the invoice? If I still don't hear back, then I just let it go, because I'm not going to wait around for them forever. I usually follow up 3 times. That's a good question, though. So follow up. Like, if I have people even that say, like, oh, I'm interested now, but it's just not a good time, I'll do follow up. Siri, remind me in a month to follow up with Jane Doe, because she, was interested in learning more about it. And when you, I'll save it, Alex. I'll save it. I'm like a hot mess right now. Like, I'm like camo and stripes, but I'm probably going to put it on my YouTube channel too, because that's just the real me. So, lost my train of thought. Follow up. Okay, so also, like, when you are not following up, you're missing those sales, you're missing those distributors. So if someone, that's what I say, if someone's like, yeah, if I welcome into my group, like, hey, welcome to my Lipsense group. Are you familiar with Lipsense at all? And they're like, no, I really wanted to try it. What is it? I tell them what it is. And they're like, okay, we pick out a color. They're like, hey, it's just not a good time right now. I need to talk to my husband. Awesome. I let it go. I put follow up in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I check back. Hey girl, I hope you're having a good day. How's your week going? I just want to check back. I know you were interested in that color. I have a couple left, and I wanted you to have first dibs on it. Are you interested in purchasing it? No pressure whatsoever. I always give them an out. I do not ever want someone to feel pressured. I hate it when people pressure me. I will never pressure somebody, but I will offer, and I will remember them, and I will follow up. Give them quick, easy options. Don't overcomplicate it. This will take up so much of your time. So if they're like, this is exactly how my conversations go. Hey girl, welcome to my Lipsense group. Are you familiar with Lipsense? Yes, I am. My friends tell me about it, but I haven't really gotten into it yet. Okay, great. I'm so excited for you. It's a smudge proof, kiss proof. I don't go through the whole list, guys. I don't send them this whole list. I'm like, it's a smudge proof, vegan, made in the US lipstick. It's cruelty free. It's so much fun. Check out this video. Show them the video. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I'm like, no, I'm not, but that's great that you think so. You're really sweet. And then they're like, I'm like, what colors do you typically like? I always say, you need to ask questions about them, okay? What colors do you typically like? Oh, I really like nudes. This is the point where you can make it really complicated or really simple. You could just say, oh, awesome, we have some gorgeous nudes. Let me grab you a few. Go to your nudes. Beige champagne, First Love, apple cider. Boom. There's 3. You don't have to go through this huge dramatic list of this one's nude and it has some peach and this one's nude. Blah, blah, blah. Just grab 3, post it in the message box, and then I do break it down. Like, I'll grab 3 that are a little bit different. Like, this is apple cider. It's a really top seller. It has some peach undertones. I really love it. This is beige champagne. I really love it because it has more brown undertones, but it's still pretty sheer. And this is First Love. I love First Love because it's more of a matte look. You can also mix it with like anything, and it kind of dims down the color a little bit. Which one do any of these look like something you would love? Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. They're usually like, oh my gosh, I love all 3. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you need all 3. And I talk to them like that. I send them GIFs. I'm like, yeah, you do. Just saying. And I'll send a just saying GIF. And people love it. Like, they're like laughing. And it's like, it's not this like businessy, scripted, salesy thing, okay? And then I tell them, like, there could be an exfoliation process, or this is a pre-order, and they're usually pretty cool about that. Upsell. Upsell. I upsell everything, you guys. People can say no. Even if they're like, oh, it's kind of expensive, I'm like, oh, what you should do is you should get apple cider, but then you should also get roseberry, because then you have one for, I'm like overcomplicating it right now. Scratch that. I say, hey, you should get apple cider, and then you should get like brighter one for a date night. Like look at Roseberry. Roseberry would be so pretty, and then you can layer it and you can make over like 27 shades with it. And they're like, oh my gosh. And a lot of times they'll be like, I think I'm just gonna get the one for now, but then they'll come back and buy that other one later, or they'll couple them. Or I'll say, do you tend to have pretty dry lips? Yes, I do tend to. My lips get really dry in the wintertime. Oh my gosh, you have to try our balm. It's like liquid gold. Like they say that LuLaRoe leggings are liquid for are buttery soft, but that's like what our balm is for your lips. It's seriously like butter on your lips. It's so hydrating. It feels amazing. Me and my husband, like we fight over it. Like that's the truth, you guys. We really do. And they're like, okay, I'll throw it on the bill. Or they'll say, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I just can't do it right now. But at least it's planting a seed for future. Upsell everything. Then when I send out packages, I write a note. Oh my gosh, these colors, like if they're on like their 6th or 7th color, I'm like, oh my gosh, this color. Rachel, I love you. I love you guys for watching these videos because I really do put a lot of work into them. And like, it's nice to know that they're helpful. So thank you for the feedback. If they've bought a few colors, like if they buy one color, then in their note, I write a note to everyone, handwritten. Oh my gosh, First Love is going to look so pretty on you. It would be so great layered with Roseberry. You have to try it, wink, wink. Or here's your 10% off for you to try it because I love you, wink, wink. Like I talk to them like I talk to you guys. Like they don't want robots. They want real people that are their friends that are telling them how cool this lipstick is. I don't know what time it is, but I need to go to church soon and I'm like not even dressed. We have prayer reading on Wednesday night, and the kids love it. Another thing I do for upselling is if they bought a couple colors, I'm like, okay, they're going to stop buying colors eventually because you can only own so many colors. I want to get them a skincare. So I'll be like, oh my gosh, girl, 513, awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. I'll be like, I think it's 613 here. I'm on the East Coast. Thanks, Rachel, you're sweet. I'll be like, hey, now that you have all these colors, you got to try our eye makeups, or our eyeshadows to go with them. They are so awesome. Here's 10% off your first order. Or I don't even always do that. I'll just say you have to try Onyx for a good smoky eye. Oh, good. Awesome, Rebecca. So, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to try our skincare. It is so amazing. It has anti-aging in it. Like, it doesn't have to be a huge, long, like, drawn-out thing. But, like, upsell. I think that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions? Shoot them off now. Get your little fingers typing. I think I covered everything. Always end with a question about them. Are you familiar with Lipsense? What colors do you tend to go towards? Do you like any of these colors? Do you want me to check back with you? Are you interested in our skincare? Are you interested in becoming a distributor? Why don't you book a party? If you can't really afford it now, you can book a party and get free. Like, the sky's the limit. So, first thing, go, awesome, Rebecca. First thing, go get those 2 books on Audible, or at least one and work through it. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. That's where I got a lot of these tips. And, awesome, Rachel. Thank you. I really took a lot of notes and I really try to stay on track. Sell or Be Sold, and Go Give or Sell More. So you guys, if you're like, Colleen, you have these amazing ideas, I really don't. I just read books. Like, I can't even express to you how many books I read and how many times I read them through. So, yeah, I have read Sell or Be Sold through like 5 times. I'm on my 2nd time through Go Give or Sell More. So it's not like I just have these incredible ideas and I'm so good at this and it comes naturally, because it doesn't. Like, when I first started, when I first started in direct sales, I was like, I don't want to sell anything. I'm not a salesperson. And they told me, oh, you don't have to sell anything. The products sell themselves. So to me, that meant, okay, I just sit around and use them and people will start buying it. But that's not what it means. It means you don't have to convince people to buy them, but you still have to get them in front of them and talk about them and tell them why they should buy them. Okay? So it's been a long process of me learning these things, but it's because I've been very, very diligent in educating myself, which is anyone can do. Like, so you can do it too. So rewatch the video if you need some new tips. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Let me know if it was helpful. I love hearing your guys' feedback. I love all of you. I have to go get ready for church. And hopefully this will replace the team call. I'm sorry it was not planned, and I'm going to be better about that, I promise. I hope you guys all have a good night.